Were there any rappers that wanted to be down with you guys or wanted you guys to sign them?
I don't think so, because we never got to a point where we could sign people, bro. I don't understand. We had street money. We working off street money. I mean, we got to a point, let me take that back, let me retract that. We got to a point where we could actually legally sign people, but at that point I was burnt out because Jeezy had already took all the promo and all the shit and ran off and signed with Def Jam, Jazzy Faye, Puffy, Block Entertainment, and all these other people instead of signing with us that he was running around with, that was spending all the money on his career at the time. So once he did that, that made me say, all right, I ain't doing shit for nobody but me. And I went up to New York and got me a deal and started the marketing and promotion for BMF Entertainment and Bleu Davinci at that time. I came to Atlanta with that, but then I started with the South artists. I wanted that sound for BMF. I sounded like an LA nigga. I was the only on the label. Then we had an R&B group called Friction. Pooh Bear was a part of, the famous producer Pooh Bear. He was a part of Friction. Then we with a couple rappers. CT, that was from Milwaukee. Young Tug, that passed away from New York, we with. And we with a couple rappers back then in them early days, and there wasn't nobody yet.
Young Jock said that his brother talked him out of signing to you guys, and that he looked across the street and they seen the feds.
If he would have been signing, he would have been signing with cash. Like, it was no company with the money there to sign a Little John. We hadn't got paid yet, bro. Jeezy ran off with that money. That was supposed to be BMF and Meech and them. That deal that Jeezy got, because we did the promo. They came in my studio session and talked to whoever was from BMF in there. It was Jeezy, and he was making great music. That's how he got that opportunity. That shit was all for us. He was producing all them records that he was producing, making in that Patchwork was being produced in BMF Entertainment studio sessions. Not for CTE studio sessions. Them was my studio sessions. I paid for them sessions that he was in recording after the Wolf incident, and we all left, and I left him in that studio for the 40 days. That's where all the first music come from. That's where Def Jam talking to him come from. Him being in that A-room, in that studio. And this is during, you gotta remember, this is around a couple months before he was posing questions to me like, man, why you always be spending your money going to Patchwork and shit, and you got that fire-ass studio in your crib? I had like a Control 24 and shit, pre-production shit in my house. But I had to explain to this, like, bro, if you want your shit sounding like Lil Jon and Usher and all the big Michael Jackson and all these big, bro, we got to go to this place, bro, and let these people fine tune these records. We got to go get them mixed and master this levels to this shit that the music need to go to. I know we making music out of our garages and shit and putting it out like that's the shit. But when you go to the club and they play Usher shit and they play your shit gonna sound like you made it in the bathroom, gang. And Usher shit gonna sound like professional. I was telling Jeezy this type of shit when I first met him. He was asking me like, bro, why you going spending this money at Patchwork? I'm like, bro, this is why, for the professionalism. I left him in that studio when after the shooting, Meech had everybody go back to where they was from, and I had already paid for the session that had been going on for 3 days already. I had already created the scheduling for it. Jeezy was supposed to record the whole second week. So by the time I left, we was going into the second week anyway. I didn't want to stop that music shit. But as far as the BMF shit was concerned, everybody had to leave Atlanta until we figured out what was going on with Meech. They were charging him with a double homicide. Once we see everything was cool and they was dropping it, then we all came back. And that's when I dropped the Raw report, and you see the footage with Meech with the ankle monitor on with the all white in the house saying, if you love BMF, you love Bleu Davinci. If Bleu Davinci don't make it, then we don't want to make it. And blah, 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 blah. I wish I could be there with y'all, but Bleu is dropping this shit and he's doing this and he's doing this with the radio, so y'all go and support this BMF shit, and I'll be there soon and I'll see somebody in the morning. When you see that famous interview that he did, this is that time. Jeezy had ran and signed all the deals already. Didn't nobody around me understand what was going on? Like literally, niggas just like, oh, Jeezy got the deal, it's on. We finna be in the video. That's how it felt that was around, because they knew nothing about contracts and what was really going on with the music and how this situation that Jeezy was involved in with us was supposed to go. Like, nobody knew it because I was only do the music. I was the president, the sole artist. I'm bringing in the producers. I'm hiring the directors. I want Benny Boom. I want this producer. I want this studio. I'm at Quad in New York. I'm over here. I want this engineer. I want this engineer. This don't sound good. Turn the 808s up. Like, all that shit is me, gang. Make the logo BMF, Entertainment INC. I want it to look like IBM, cuz. Boom, there go BMF, look like IBM. That's all I copied was the big computer I knew was a big logo from my childhood that I knew was a big major corporation. That's what I want BMF to look like. I didn't want it to look like some street hood shit. I wanted to look corporate. That's why you got that BMF logo. That's me creating all that shit, gang.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.